Hi guys, I'm Matt from Tubby Tarot. Welcome back to the channel. So today is the 2nd of January 2022. And did you know that this month, January 2022, is Self-Care Month, International Self-Care Month? And I think this is so exciting because it kind of like fits in with we all want to start a sort of a fresh approach to the year, and we have now got this International Self-Care Month to propel us into the new year, into January, okay? To me, self-care goes beyond just eating right, drinking lots of water, and getting a lot of exercise. Of course, those are huge, huge things. We have to do that. We have to all say, right, this is the time that I'm going to look after my physical self. I'm going to do a little more exercise. Don't join a gym, it's not worth it. I'm going to eat properly. Don't change your entire diet, just add a couple more salad greens and maybe have a smoothie twice a week. Okay, I'm going to eat a lot more fruit. Okay, don't throw everything else out of your kitchen and start only eating fruit and become a fruitarian and start picking stuff off the trees. Just slowly start including these things into your diet. That's what I'm going to do this year. I said in my previous video, I don't set resolutions, but this is what I'm going to try and do this year. Okay, and always put that word try in. Okay, because you don't want to set yourself up for failure. That's all well and good. But what else can you do as far as complete wellness goes? To my mind, there are two very, very important things. First one is mental health. Mental health, especially to me, I find it very, very important because I suffer from clinical depression and I am on medication for that, which does help me. But I still find I lose my shit a lot, okay? I still have those days where I don't want to get out of bed, or those days where something happens, throws me completely off track, and all I want to do is sleep, okay? That is a huge indicator of depression. If you constantly want to sleep, you need to perhaps step back and have a look at what's going on in your life. So for me, mental health is hugely important. What can I do to help myself mentally? Great, we know what we're going to do physically, but what am I going to do mentally? There's so many things. The first thing we need to do is to learn how to calm our minds down. You can do this through meditation, through listening to specific music, either music that calms you, that you know, or you buy those, or you can download those special tracks that have been created to change the alpha waves in your brain or whatever. Okay, I don't know how they work, but you know those things. Okay, you can download them free off YouTube or whatever. I think that's very important. I think meditation is quite important. This year I'm going to try very, very hard and do some form of meditation at least twice a week. And meditation, I've done a whole video on this. Meditation doesn't mean sitting down in front of your altar and chanting and getting those little symbols and clacking them together and that. It doesn't have to be that. Meditation can just be stillness. Okay, go out into the garden and be still. I find that also definitely will help with my mental refresher. Okay, go out. I can go out into the garden. There's some beautiful birds in my area. You can probably hear the dogs barking in the background. Okay, the complex I live in has got we allowed dogs, so they also get a bit excited this time of year. Strangely enough, just listening to the dogs barking makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger. There's more out there. I know that sounds a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? I kind of know what I mean. It's just weird. Okay, so there's that. Go outside, sit. I like to listen to the birds. Early in the morning, I get up, have my cup of coffee, go outside to my small little garden, the tiny garden, and I just listen to the birds and listen to the traffic starting to build up and the people starting to go to work. It makes me feel like I'm part of something, and that I think for mental health is very, very important. You need to think that you need to be aware that you are part of something. You're not alone. So there are all these ways that you can stimulate your mental growth as well as your mental calmness, quietness. Okay, and that's really great for your mental health. So think of ways that you can look after your mind as well as your body. The second thing that I really, really, really personally want to work on this year, and I think we all need to look at as part of our holistic, complete wellness uh, issue, okay, our wellness for the month of January, and that is look at your spiritual needs, your spiritual decisions. Let's try and focus on the spirit. That doesn't mean that you have to go to church or temple or whatever every day either, okay? I know people who are incredibly centered spiritually, and they hardly ever go to temple or they hardly ever go to church. It's not about that. It's about being spiritual within yourself, being true spiritually to yourself, not allowing outside influences to lead you astray, okay? Be true to your own spiritual needs and your own spiritual wants and your own spiritual practices. Sometimes spiritual practice can be very, very, very frustrating. It can be one of those things where, I'll give you an example, okay, and this is something that I spoke about many years ago to a very, very close friend of mine who was Christian at that stage. So was I, actually. And she said to me, she's just so, in South Africa we say gatvol. In other words, she's just like had it up to here with prayer and going to church and doing her rosary and going to confession. She says, nothing good ever happens to me. She says, I'm this like person who goes to church. I'm such a good person. And she was a lovely lady. And I said to her the one day, I said, we all pray. And often when we pray, the answer is no. It doesn't mean that just because you pray to your God or your gods, they're going to say yes all the time. We also always seem to say, God, please give me, or God, please create for me, or God, please lead me. What are you doing for your God or your goddess? Okay? What are you doing for spiritually for the deity? All right, that's something that I have to kind of get my head around this year. And that also will help with your physical and mental and spiritual wellness, because they all sort of flow into each other. If you are physically fit, you have got more endorphins going through your system. You are more mentally awake. You're more mentally aware. So being physically fit, going for exercise, it helps with your mental state. And mentally, if you are like a little bit better in your head, you can take some time that you would normally use stressing over things, and you can put that into your spiritual practice. So it all has a cascading effect, okay? So yeah, I think let's look at this Wellness January, okay? And let us try and implement what we can in the way that we can. It's a very personal thing, okay? Let's do that for January, and let's see how it turns out. Okay, I'm Nat from Tubby Tarot, and I will see you on the flip side. Hi, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and go and check out some more of my videos in my playlists.